Hey everyone, welcome back to Advanced Scratch. Today we're going to be going over lesson 6, which is the final lesson. So let's get right into it. This lesson will be pretty short, but an overview for today's lesson is we're going to test our code and then we're going to go over some final project extensions if you finish early or you want to expand your project. So let's start off by testing your code. Make sure that you try out every single possibility we covered to see if they all work or if there are any problems with your code. And if there are, you might have to go back to the previous videos and fix it. So let's test our own code over here. So this should be the final project and it should be the finished product. Everything is done. I'm going to try playing the game. So it asks me to enter a letter. I'm going to guess O, and it tells me I correctly guessed one of the letters. It says blank O blank. I think it might be P, but that's not right. So it says you guessed incorrectly, and it draws ahead. I'm going to say D, says you guessed incorrectly, draws the next limb. L, also incorrect. If I try guessing P again, it says you already guessed that and nothing happens. Let me guess M. Okay, I only have 2 guesses left, so I have to be careful. V. Nope, that's not right. And then Y, maybe? Oh. Oh, I think it's toy, because it said OY. But no, I guessed incorrectly. And I lost the game, and the word was boy. And I have 1 loss, and we're going to play again. So this time let me guess O again. O is right. Oh, I guessed incorrectly. Oh, it might be the same word again. Yeah, so in this case, it is the same word because there's only 3 words in the dictionary, so it randomly chooses from this dictionary, right? But there's a pretty good chance that if it's not big enough, it will just choose the same word again. So you guys need to make sure that your dictionary is bigger than this and the words are harder than this. So, oh, I already guessed that. So I know the word, it's boy. So I guessed the word correctly, and it's going to add 1 to wins. Okay, so I tested all the scenarios there. I tested if you guess a letter already. I tested if you guess a letter incorrectly, and I guessed if you and I tested if you guess a letter correctly. And then I also tested whether if you I tested the code for when you win and when you lose, right? So I tested every single possibility there, and you guys should do the same in your code. And another note is that in the last lesson, we forgot to mention a error in the curriculum, which was that this line of code over here, switch costume to costume 1, it used to be over here. It used to be at the beginning of the code, but you actually want it to be at the beginning of the when I receive reset block, because we want to reset the costume every time we broadcast reset, not just at the beginning of the game. So if you guys didn't do this, you guys might notice some errors in your game. When you play, it might act a little bit weird when you restart a round. So make sure you change that so that your code works properly. And yeah, so this is all the code in case you missed any of it and you want to see it again. We have the 2 defined blocks over here where we defined 2 custom blocks. This is the main forever loop. We have the beginning of the game here, and then we have the broadcasting receive. We have the broadcasting reset message, and then we receive it over here. So that was our final project. Hopefully you guys were able to test out your code. Hopefully it works, and you guys should be very proud that you were able to make such a complicated game in Scratch. If you want to try out an extension, you can either make a start screen where the player clicks the start button to start the game, because right now, as you guys see, as soon as you click start, it just starts the game immediately. There's no like playing screen or starting screen that like a lot of other video games have. So you can make that if you want. Or you can make a reset button where the player can manually reset the game. So imagine if there was like a reset button over here which I could click and it would reset the round for you. So those are 2 extensions you can do if you want. You can also expand the game in your own ways if you have your own ideas. But these are just some ideas for you guys if you want to go above and beyond, or if you want to continue coding this game. That is all for the entire Advanced Scratch series. So thank you guys so much for following along these past 6 lessons. And I hope to see you guys in another course, like a JavaScript course or a Python course or some of the other courses it's saying. Bye, guys.